this is Quick Skills, and today I'm answering a question from one of my viewers. 2squirrel6997 writes, "Wonderful video, but how many ROMs, Switch games, are on this drive? If anybody knows, that would be awesome to know before I buy." And this is in response to my review of the Kinhank 12TB hard drive found on Aliexpress. If you have yet to purchase one of these devices, go to the description of this video. I'm going to post a link that'll take you to the exact vendor where I purchased this 12TB hard drive that I'm going to be showing off today. Now, this is the version that has Launchbox, Retrobat, Playnite, and Hyperspin. I also reviewed two other 12TB hard drives on this channel, one with just Hyperspin, and a third one with Playnite that just has AAA games for PC over the last 5 to 10 years. And so if you are interested to knowing which Switch games are found on this device, this video is for you. But also, we're going to be doing a little bit of troubleshooting. So if you already have your device and you've had a little bit of trouble loading Switch games or just not sure how to do it, this video may be for you as well. To start this video, I want to show you how to see all the ROMs that are installed on your 12TB hard drive. The first thing you're going to do is plug in your 12TB hard drive and access this core Type R folder. From there, we're going to go to Collections, and then we're going to go to Computers. Once we have computers up, we're going to go to ROMs, and we're going to see this menu here. This menu is my favorite menu because it allows you to access Hyperspin, Launchbox, Playnite, and Retrobat independently of themselves. Now, an interesting I want to point out is that Retrobat houses a lot of these ROMs. So once we open up Retrobat, we're going to see there is a ROMs folder here, and each system is categorized in alphabetical order, and we're going to scroll all the way down to Switch. And so when we do that, we can see in here we have ROMs, and if I just hold Shift and drag all the way across to the bottom, it says we have 203 ROMs selected. Now, that's important to know because I do want to point out a few things. We're going to make a mental note of something. I want to show you some troubleshooting issues that I came across when testing and making this video. Here we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Make a note of that because this is going to become important. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to load up Launchbox, and I like using Big Box. Big Box allows you to use your controller to scroll through all the games in emulator. So let's load it up. All right, so now we have Launchbox Big Box opened up, and using the controller that's connected via Bluetooth to my PC, I can interact with this menu here. And the reason why I wanted you to remember that we could see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on here is that when I select it, I get this error message: the ROM file you specified does not exist. So it's quite possible that if you install your 12TB hard drive and just go straight to here, you might think that this is misleading you and that Mario Kart 8 is not on here. However, if you do want to play that game, something that I learned is you can access it from Retrobat. So let's do that here. Once we go back, we're going to go back to ROMs, we're going to go back to Retrobat, and we're going to load Retrobat here. So now that we have Retrobat loaded up on the screen, you can see there is a category here for Nintendo Switch. So if we open it up in here and we go all the way to Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you can see that it will load from Retrobat. This is what it's going to look like when you load a Switch game off of your 12TB hard drive. This is going to be another troubleshooting solution. But when I access Mario Kart, I cannot play it. It is not configured to my controller. So what I need to do is hit escape on my keyboard that's connected to my PC. That's going to allow me to see this menu here. From here, we're going to go over to Emulation. We're going to go to Configure, and we're going to go to Controls. So you can see here we have a controller connected for Player 1. It is a Pro controller. But if we go to Input Device, we have it set to keyboard only. That was how it was when I installed it. So I'm showing you this because if you can't play with a connected controller, you might need to bring this over, and this is the one that's connected to my computer, the one that I have in my hand right now. So once I switch that over, I can apply the changes, and now we want to go back to full screen. Now when I hit L and R, I can access my game. So here, we're going to start off this review of Nintendo Switch games by showing you Mario Kart Deluxe in action. One thing I do want to mention is that I do keep the sound turned down on here because a lot of these games have licensed music and I will lose monetization if I play a lot of these songs. And so as I'm playing Mario Kart, I do have this game for the Switch. I will tell you that the controls by default match what I would already expect to be doing when playing this game. So I'm using the right bumper to drift across the screen. There is a rumble feature in this game, and my rumble in my controller is working. Now, I do want to say that I typically do not play Switch games off of Retrobat, and this game you can see here is running off of Retrobat. So for this rest of the video, I'm going to load up Big Box because I do find that one visually is a little bit better to see these ROMs and to play these games. But I did want to show you that if you do get that error, that the game does not exist, you may need to load it through Retrobat. So let's go ahead and exit out of this game. To do that, all I'm doing is pushing start and select. And then what we're going to do here to exit out of Retrobat is we are going to push start on our controller. We're going to go down to quit. So now that we've done that, we are going to go back to Launchbox in our files. So now we have Big Box loading up on our screen, and we're going to do a scroll through all 203 ROMs for the Nintendo Switch. And we're going to start at Mario Kart Deluxe 8. And I do have chapters on this YouTube video, so if you want to skip ahead and see which games I test out and display for you, you can just skip ahead, but here is just in alphabetical order. I'm just tapping down on the D-pad to show you every game that is available here, and I have played a lot of these Switch games just in testing it for this video. I will tell you that when the game loads up, there is very minimal problems. It configures very easily to my PC controller that I have connected to this video. And I also want to mention that the controller that I'm using is also cross-compatible with the Switch. So there's a button on this controller I can toggle to that'll make it a Switch controller, a PC controller, and it also has a way to be an Xbox controller as well. So it's a pretty cool controller that I have connected to my PC. But you can see here, this Nintendo Switch list is quite thorough. 203 games. If I had to guess, there's probably 300 mainstream games for the Nintendo Switch. I know there's a lot of vaporware and indie developer games as well, so we're not taking those into account. But I would say big name games, we have probably 300 at this time. So a pretty complete list of Nintendo Switch games. So next game we're going to display is Mario Party Superstars. All right, just a reminder that I do have the sound turned off for this game. I just have a feeling that all first-party Nintendo games are going to have licensed music and they'll demonetize this video. So I just want to make sure I don't get any strikes or anything like that. But you can see here we are loading up a game of Mario Party. And actually, I don't want to go through this menu. I want to go into Mount Minigames because it's easier to get into a match. So we have Mount Minigames loaded up. We are going in to select whatever game comes up first. So we're going to try Mushroom Mix-Up. And one thing that I will say is that this is exactly the way I remember playing the game on the Switch. I do own the Switch, and it does give you this like little tutorial on how to play the game. And so you do get a chance to test it out. And all you're really trying to do is just survive all the other NPCs, not letting them fall, not falling into the water. You want to be the last person standing. Very Squid Game-esque. And so we're going to just jump right in and see if we can beat the computers. I put them on master, so let's see if we can beat them. But let's see here. I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit, so hopefully you could hear some of the sound effects from Mario Party. Looks like we're doing pretty good. We're just going to stay right here in the middle. Luigi, Peach, and Daisy are all trying to survive and outlast me. They keep flattening me. And again, we have this set to master, so we'll see. Oh, you can... I just realized you can ground pound, and that actually got me knocked out. So now we have Peach and Daisy left. We'll see who wins. It looks like Daisy takes the win. So that's Mario Party Superstars. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. Next up, we have Persona 5 Royale. I have not played this game before, so we're going to be testing this live. One thing to note is that if the Switch game saves internally, it automatically saves it after you exit and come back into the game. So you do not need to do anything special if the game has an autosave feature. Even if it has a built-in save feature, you'll be able to access that save just by booting up the ROM. So here we have Persona 5 loaded up, turning up the music a little bit for y'all. So we'll go ahead and turn that back down. From what I can see, this is a very stylish game. All right, so we have Persona 5 loaded up on the screen here. I have never played this game before, but we can see that it is working. Now, there is a little bit of confusion here. I did select English, which some of the things are English, but up at the top, we have some Japanese. So I don't know if that's part of the game or not, but I do want to mention that I am seeing a lot of Japanese, or at least a foreign language, and I really wish I knew more about this game because I don't know what I'm doing. But we can see that it is loaded up here, and for as far as I can tell, working, even if I can't figure out where to go to next. So let's go on to another game. So here we have Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Sword. So let's go ahead and load one up and see how it goes. So we have Pokemon Shield or Sword loading up. There's a lot of crazy language on the screen. Not sure what's going on with that, but it looks like the subtitles here are in English. So hopefully the in-game menus are just a technical glitch. So I do want to mention right there in that cutscene where Charizard's evolving or going crazy, my controller is vibrating with the scene. So that is the intro to Pokemon Sword, a game I never have been able to play. But because I do own this, I can go back and play this at any time. Let's turn up the sound and see if we can hear some things. Well, I do hear iconic music, so I just want to turn it back down again. And you can see the cutscene is still coming in. Getting ready to start. All right, so now I am in control of this game. So let's see what we can do. I have never played this game, so I know I'm probably not going to be able to do much this early into a Pokemon game, but let's see if we can leave our house. Oh, we are able to save. So what's cool about saving is that if we exit out, so let's just test this real quick. So now we are exited out of Pokemon Sword. We can jump right back in and load our last save. So here we are exactly where I did the quick save. I'm not sure exactly where I'm supposed to go here, but if we were to spend some time playing this game. Okay, here we go. I think I need to grab a hat or something. I'm not really trying to play this game right now. I'm just trying to show you that it's working. But you can see here that we do have the game loaded up, and I think I just had to put this backpack on. Okay. Okay, so I think now we're ready to leave the house. And Hop is out here waiting for me. All right, so here we can see we're finally out into the world, and we are able to run around and explore Pokemon Sword. Game's gorgeous. I know it had a little bit of flack when it first released, but it looks great. I haven't spent a lot of time playing this game, but I can assure you that it is working and the sound is coming in quite nice. So let's go ahead and jump on to another Switch game. So now we're going to load up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I haven't played much of this game either, but let's see. I did play a little bit of it the last time I was trying to review this device. We'll see if it still has my quick save. So here we have Donkey Kong Country Deep Freeze loaded up. We're about to start playing the game. So here you can see the level is starting. The controller is vibrating with everything on the screen. We're getting ready to start playing. The graphics look great. There is no input delay. I didn't mention this, but on any of the other games I tried, all the inputs are coming in great. No lag or no frame rate issues. Everything's moving pretty quickly. Any issues with the game have been strictly skill-based. Lack of skills, I should say. And so we're making our way through the level. Never played this game before other than to test it out. But it looks like everything is working the way I would expect it to. And just a reminder, I do have the sound turned down here. LZL. There we go. And that's another thing I want to point out is that the controls are matching my controller because I have a Switch controller connected to my PC. It is one that is able to be switched between PC and Switch. So I think we've proven that this game works really well. So let's go ahead and move on to another one. So here we have a Kirby game loaded up on the screen. Never played this game before, but we're going to see if we can jump right into it. So I am playing as Kirby. There is a little bit of a frame rate issue. I don't know if that'll clear once the game starts loading up. Sometimes the game is pulling data from the hard drive, so you'll have a little bit of a frame rate issue. I don't know if it's coming through on the picture, but there is a lot of skipping. I did not see it with any of the other games that I've played before. There is no input delay. Just a little bit of frame rate issue when I first loaded the game. Seems to have settled a little bit, but there are certain things that I'm doing where the frame rate kind of slows down just a little bit. It is not affecting my ability to play the game, but I am noticing it. And I don't know, I've never played it for the Switch. Maybe that's commonplace for the Switch as well. But everything looks good. I can just see a little bit of stuttering from time to time, but all the inputs are coming in real time. No delay there. It's just visual delay. We have some combat here. And the frame rate seems to be kind of steady now. So we can see that this Kirby game is working. For the Switch, I do have the sound turned down. Just a reminder, I don't play the sound because unfortunately a lot of these Nintendo exclusive games have licensed music that will demonetize this video. So I think I've shown that this game works, and the frame rate's actually gotten a lot better since that very beginning. There's no stuttering at all whatsoever. So I don't know if it was just a loading issue from the hard drive, because remember, this is an external hard drive. We do have a high-speed transfer cable, but depending on what it's loading in to the PC, it might affect the performance. So let's go ahead and exit out of this game. So this is going to be the last game that I test here. This is Tears of the Kingdom. I have played this on this device several times. I haven't had any issues with it. Just like the Kirby game, there are a few instances where the game kind of stutters, but I didn't notice it as much with Tears of the Kingdom as I did with Kirby. So we'll see that in action very soon. All right, so here we have Link running around. I've noticed that sometimes when I sprint, the game will kind of tell, oh, I'm not gonna make it if I swim in that water for too long. Let's get our stamina back up. But sometimes when I'm running around real fast, there is this teleportation that Link tends to do. But we can see here that the game is working. The sound is great. Actually, I could turn the sound on because there's usually not a lot of music. But here we can hear Link do things. Don't know if there's anything I'm supposed to swim out here. I have played this game. I just haven't been this early in the game in so long because I've kind of passed this intro part. So I don't recall what I was doing down here. But I just want to showcase Tears of the Kingdom and also let you know some additional things about the Switch on this. So just a reminder, some of the ROMs when loaded through Launchbox were not found. You had to access them through Retrobat. So if you do come across a game that you cannot load and you've gone to Launchbox to load it, try loading it in Retrobat. That might solve your problem. Let's see, we can scale this wall up here. Otherwise, if you can get the ROM to load, it's pretty intuitive. My controller by default was already configured, but I did show you in the Mario Kart video how you can toggle through the controls very quickly. so that you can play a game where the controller has not already been set up for you. Lastly, if you haven't purchased one of these devices already, the 12 terabyte hard drive of Aliexpress, be sure to use the link in this description. That'll make sure that you're getting the same one that I've shown you today with all the front ends, the Launchbox, Retrobat, and Hyperspin all installed onto the device. So this concludes the video, but what I'm going to do to end this video is I'm actually just going to go through and scroll one more time through all the games. So let's go ahead and do that. We are at Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and we're just going to go down through all the games here just one last time. This is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. You have a good day.